What's up, YouTube? It's me, Stevo again, and welcome back to another episode of STEVO'S Exotic Pets. And today we'll be talking about sulcata tortoise care. And this is my baby sulcata right now. And what you have to know about these guys is you can't just get one and think that they'll get real high, that they'll just stay small like this. These guys will get real big. They're the third largest tortoise on the planet, so if you're looking for a small tortoise, then this wouldn't be one. If you want a kind of small one that stays kind of small, I'd say a leopard tortoise, because a leopard tortoise would like get about like that big maybe, or probably a redfoot tortoise, about the same size, kind of like that big. Yeah, but they won't get as big as these guys. These guys will get kind of massive, like just huge. And they'll probably, whenever they're fully grown, they'll probably weigh up to about 200 pounds. So you have to worry about that too. And for their habitat, if you already have like a fully grown one, you can just keep them in your backyard. Or if you don't have a backyard, I would say like probably just build them like a big enclosure for them if it's like a fully grown. Or if it's a small one, you can kind of build them one like one that's half this size, because this should last them like probably 2 or 3 years, or at least until he's about like that big, and then I'll probably have to like just let them roam outside in the backyard. Yeah, that's it about their habitat, and now we should probably move on to lighting. These guys do need special lighting, so what that means is they do need heat and UVB. For the UVB, you should use a 10.0 UVB bulb, and I really wouldn't recommend using like those coil bulbs. I would use a fluorescent bulb, and it works awesomely when they're like in the winter when I keep them indoors or something like that. So yeah, and for the heat, I'd say for their heat, I'd keep it around 90 to 100. If it's lower than 70, I really would not keep them outside. Like during the winter over here, it does get kind of cold, like in the 60s or 50s. So that's when I'll bring them inside. And yeah, that's pretty much it about lighting. And now I guess we should probably just talk about what we should have inside the cage. Oh, and also their food. For their food, you should use collard greens, mustard greens, kale, carrots. There's tons of things that you could use. Some people use collard greens and also some Timothy hay. Timothy hay gives them like lots of fiber, because where these guys live, there's just like lots of just normal grass, kind of like this, and it has lots of fiber, and that's pretty much what they eat all day. So. And also about once a week, you're going to want to supplement the food you're giving them with, you're also going to want to supplement their food that you're giving them with the calcium. They don't really need like calcium with vitamin D3 unless you don't have a UVB for them. Then you're probably going to want to give them that, like calcium with vitamin D3. And well, that's pretty much it about food, guys. And now on to the water, I guess. For their water dish, you're gonna want something that they can climb in and out of real easy. Like for this guy, I have him a small little water dish like that. You're gonna want it like big enough to where at least he can fit his whole body in, kind of like he can in there. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna want one where you can climb in and out of real easy, and you won't like tip backwards or anything, and that should work awesomely. But yeah, and you're also just gonna want to hide in there, because if it gets too hot, he'll just go in the hide and just hide in there or something. Or if it gets too cold, you're just gonna want like a basking rock, like this one right here. And with this one, if he's too cold, like during the day, like the sun will heat the rock up to like real high temperatures, to like 90 or 100 degrees, and then he'll come bask on it. So you're gonna want one of these in there. And yeah, but like I said, if you have a baby sulcata like mine, you don't have to have a big old cage like I do. Like your cage can probably be like half the size. So like this area, it could be like that big, or maybe even a 10-gallon tank, because some people use those and they work just fine too. So yeah, you don't have to like use like a big cage like I do. I just had this extra cage. It belonged to one of my other animals, but I sold him already, so I just gave it to him. So, but yeah, if like you're able to keep them outside like I do, if it's kind of high temperatures like 90 to 100, but if it's like under like 70, like I said, I really would not keep them outside. So yeah. Well, that's it for this video, guys, and we'll be making a part 2 video on kind of like a setup for the cage and all that. So come check it out, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next.